Hi, welcome to the video. My name's Dychronic, and today I'm taking a look at the Destiny 2 weekly reset for June 21st, 2022. So the special things going on right now is going to be bonus Gambit ranks. If you wanted to get bonus Infamy for resets or whatever, it's available. And apparently there's a Crucible Labs, which is going to be a tested stuff where they try new game types that we're inevitably never going to play. I'm looking at you, Iron Banner Rift. Although Team Scorch went pretty well. I honestly think they should lean more into these special, very unique game modes like Team Scorch, make more custom game modes like we had in Halo, especially even if you give it like a playlist, which I think would be so fun. Would it not be sick to play Griff Ball as a playlist? Maybe mixed in with some other stuff too. Moving on, let's go ahead and get started. First up for the Nightfall Ordeal this week, we have the Inverted Spire. It's going to be the short Destiny 2 beta mission on Nessus with the big old Minotaur at the end. And I do not know what the Nightfall unique is because the websites are still kind of broken. Let me know in the comments down below what that unique is, and then of course look down there if you want to know. 100k, actually I think Legend is going to be that minimum difficulty. It's a very short and very fast strike where you have to kill literally everyone that you can, and you'll probably barely get 100k. The Vanguard rotating burn is going to be Solar Sage. The rotating Crucible playlist is going to be Clash, and again we do have that Crucible Labs available. The rotating Vaulted Glass challenge is Strangers in Time, I believe taking place in the second to last encounter. It's the one you have to kill the Minotaur and the Wyvern in the two different dimensions at about the same time. The rotating Vow Disciple challenge is going to be Base Information, taking place in the Caretaker encounter, which is the second encounter of the raid. And in this encounter, anytime you get a symbol, you have to only get one at a time and keep running in and out. This one just takes time, you do have to be fast. As far as the rotating raid and dungeon, we have the Last Wish for the raid, and we have the Shadowed Throne for the pinnacle. And let me tell you, I have not done Shadowed Throne in many years. Moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at Eververse's inventory. That's a nice little blade right there. First up for the ghost, we have the ghost in the bones. Oh, this is adorable. Look at this thing and tell me you don't want it. Following that, we have the conductor emote, which you're literally conducting some music, probably pretty straightforward. We have the transmat effect that looks like the biblical angel, which is kind of crazy. We have, ooh, this looks nice, Argent Terratorn, which does not have any red on it. Hello. Oh, I guess there is kind of red in there. This one is one where it's going to be Titan's paint a little bit weird, but that red is very bright, but it doesn't appear much. And again, this may be different on Warlocks and Hunters. For the other Bright Dust section, first of all, we have the Sparrow Getaway, which is, oh my god, that's a we have an ornament for the Drang, which is the same, wow, look at that, Guinea Barrel. It's the same ornament that we've had from way long ago. We have the Firebreak Shell, which looks like this. We have the Sparrow, the Seafoam Glide, which looks like that. And again, that little thing in the back looks very reflective. Following that, we have the Junkyard Navigator ship, which looks like this. Ooh, it has little moving bits to it. We have an ornament for whatever class you're on. I have my Titan, so I see the Titan one. And of course, from Ghost Projection, some transmat effects like the War Set, transmat effect like Box of Tricks, and the transmat effect like Illicit transmat effect. What? Why is this an illicit transmat effect? Anyways, we also have some shaders. First up, we have Lucid. We have the Royal Treatment. We have the Shattered Sinew, which is actually pretty nice. And finally, we have the Nectar Dynamo, which is also one that I have used a little bit, but very, very purple. Moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at the new season challenges for week 5. First one is going to be obviously Bound in Sorrow 5 and defeating Nightmares on the Moon, which I believe the Leviathan counts to the moon, but it's kind of weird. Completing Tears of Nightmare Containment on the Leviathan, which I do have progress from before. Another one of these, completing Sever, specifically Grief, with only Void subclass and Void kinetic and stasis weapons, which is really weird, but also we saw that on a previous one. I'm not really sure why. This one is focusing weapons and armor at the crown. Acquiring a new heavy machine gun, which, yeah, okay. Defeating Guardians and bonus with solar effects. Defeating Cabal bosses and strikes or Vanguard playlists, and defeating Nightmares anywhere in the system. And of course, we have the Gunsmith's Inventory, showing off his different roles and my recommendations. First up, Perseus D 150 Scout Rifle, I'm not a big fan of, and this does roll with explosive payload, and I would recommend explosive payload, otherwise not terrible. Following that, Staccato, which does have explosive payload, and you know what I say, if it has explosive payload, you should get it, although it does not seem to have a masterwork on it. I don't really know why. We have the Annual Skate 140. Slide Shot Wellspring is not bad, although you definitely like a lot more range stuff, and it definitely does not have it. We have the Fugue, which is lead from gold moving target. Can be a bit of a PvE combination, but I prefer other snipers. We have Memory Interdict, which is going to be Underdog Unrelenting, which is weird. I really like Impulse Amplifier for a PvP role, not on this. And finally, the Typhon GL5, which has Adrenaline Junkie Impulse Amplifier. Might be a decent role for the Crucible. Even has proximity grenades if you like that, but I personally usually go for spike grenades. I don't know why Mouth Breather Adept made me laugh, but it did. Okay. And of course, if you haven't seen it already, I do live stream after all of... Sir, please go ahead. If you haven't seen my live streams, hey, what's going on? They happen right after these videos, as well as all the times on screen right now. And of course, a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Specifically, a big thank you to Mom and Dad, Postalones, Unbox World, My DC Barkers, Tuna Panther, Casey Reagan, follow this spot on Patreon. And that's it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Mine is Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.